It does seem like ultimately you're getting a he said, she said account. How easy or difficult is it to get down to the truth of it and maintain that objectivity?
Well, obviously, as was mentioned during the committee, we receive an awful lot of paperwork ourselves, and obviously that now is the time you've listened, you've got the paperwork, and you have to the chairman will be very clear when we report on what the findings are.
What can realistically come from those findings? Are we going to have justice, as it were, when you've got on one side that the Chief Minister is no longer going to be the Chief Minister in a few months' time, the CEO of the steam packet indeed is also resigning. So it seems like people in these roles won't be in them that much longer. Will we get a resolution?
I think it's important for the future that people actually understand if there is, and nobody could have been prepared for what happened with COVID, although government should have been prepared for a pandemic, and I think what the important thing is to make sure that recommendations are there for the future for anybody, and sometimes government should be holding its hands up.
Do you think that's the case this time?
I think certainly there's been differences of what's been said, and I'm sure it will come out. It could come out at a later date, but certainly my view from listening to my personal view from listening to many parts of it, if you've hands up, whoever's made the mistake, they've made a mistake. Let's not let it happen again. But it did seem that it's happened a few times. So, yeah.
Well, the Health Minister has also given evidence, and one point you pushed him on was the detail surrounding the different accounts we've had with public health, the health department and Dr. Rachel Glover, and the sort of manner of which she was withdrawn and her company's technology and that sort of thing. The detail, are you satisfied that you've got that? Because we have been promised a point-by-point rebuttal. Do we have that?
Well, certainly I pushed the Health Minister for that during the committee. You cannot, as a health minister or a chief minister, go out to the public and say we will publish a point-by-point rebuttal and then not do it. And certainly the health minister tried to say that, I'm giving parts of it today. No, the public and the committee and the whole of Dimwell needs to see that point-by-point rebuttal. And if that was a mistake to have said it at the point in time, say that. But clearly, if you say by the end of the week we're going to do a point-by-point rebuttal, sorry, it's not there, it's delayed because my CEO is on leave and deservingly, and he gave that time. Well, where are we now? How many weeks later and we're still not seeing a point-by-point rebuttal? And I think Dr. Glover deserves to see that too.
The lack of that materialising, it doesn't reflect well, does it?
It doesn't. And, so I don't understand it. To me, if you've said something and you can't deliver it, you have to be open, honest and transparent and say, I said that at that point in time. These are the reasons I can't deliver that. But I don't see why it can't be delivered when they were so confident that they could deliver it.
We've talked about that eventually it would be good for somebody to hold their hands up and take some accountability for this. What are the possible outcomes without preempting what it's going to be? What could we see come from this?
Well, obviously, it's anything that a committee does, and obviously that, I can't talk for the committee, I'm talking personally. But the whole point of committee work and scrutiny is for recommendations for changes for the future, for changes to future policy. So, that is the whole role of doing scrutiny and holding the government to account and coming up with recommendations that are there and should be delivered under the various committees.